The prophet Jeremiah offers one of my favorite Advent images this morning, a branch springing up from a place that was thought to be lifeless. The days are surely coming, says the prophet on behalf of God, when I will raise up for David a righteous branch, and he shall reign as king and deal wisely, and shall execute justice and righteousness in the land. Isaiah probably stated it best, calling it a shoot growing from the stump of Jesse. And Daniel plays with this imagery as well, saying, "In those times a branch from her roots shall rise up in his place." A new branch springing from what was thought to be dead. This is an image of hope, surprise, and delight. The hope it expresses is a hope for justice, a hope that things which feel out of kilter will come into balance, a hope that the wrongs which have been committed will be made right, a hope that someday good people will eventually triumph. This is the kind of hope that the shoot growing from the stump of Jesse expresses. This is a theme that is central to Advent, and it comes to life with power and clarity in most people's favorite Advent hymn, O come, Emmanuel. O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. O come, O branch of Jesse, free your own from Satan's tyranny. From depths of hell your people save, and give them victory o'er the grave. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to you, O Israel. And as we begin Advent 2023, I'd like you to hold this image in your heart and see how it speaks to you. What kind of justice do you long for in your life and in our world? In what ways do you feel like a lifeless stump who has given up hope that new life can ever appear? These are deep thoughts to ponder. They are the polar opposite of what we're told we're supposed to feel during the holiday season, where we speak of love and hope and peace and joy. So if there is a war on Christmas, this is it. The church is stuck in this peculiar place where secular society is telling us it's the most wonderful time of the year. But our readings during Advent proclaim that, well, that's not exactly true. Not all is glitter and lights aglow. Sometimes, like John the Baptist, we feel like we're surrounded by a brood of vipers this holiday season. Sometimes we feel like the stump of Jesse, who awaits expectantly for a sign of new life to appear. Sometimes the present we want most is not a new TV or an Amazon gift card. It's to see with our eyes that justice is rolling down like waters and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. So if you're feeling this way, I want you to know that it's perfectly normal. In fact, it's more than normal. It means that your feet are planted solidly in Advent and the hope that it brings for those who wait for Emmanuel to appear. So don't worry if you're feeling like the stump of Jesse. You are in good company. You are not the only one. But this doesn't mean we should wallow in despair about the state of affairs in our lives and in our world. Advent calls us to put on a new set of glasses, which allows us to have hope as we await for those new shoots of justice to appear. And this set of glasses is spoken of by Jesus in our gospel lesson. He says, "Beware, keep alert, for you do not know when the time will come." And again, "Keep awake, for you do not know when the master of the house will come." And what I understand this to mean is that we're supposed to live like those new shoots are already appearing in our lives and in their world. The problem is that our focus is in the wrong place. We're too busy mourning in lonely exile here instead of searching for places where Emmanuel is making an appearance this very moment. You see, Advent is about more than preparing for the celebration of the birth of Christ. It is also a call to focus on the ways that Christ is appearing now and will appear in the future. This new way of looking at our lives and our world is where our true power lies as followers of Jesus. So let's all pledge to put on a new set of glasses this Advent season. Let's stop looking at what is wrong in our lives and in our world and focus on what's going right. Let us become those living shoots of Emmanuel that grow from the stumps of Jesse. And we will accomplish this in ways both big and small. Let's start with the small ones. We become living shoots of Emmanuel when we donate toys to beloved Asheville, when we take a plate of homemade cookies to an elderly neighbor's house, when we volunteer our time with agencies that help the poor and disadvantaged. We become living shoots of Emmanuel when we anonymously mail a grocery store gift card to someone we know could really use it, when we tip those in the service industry very generously during this holiday season, when we resist the temptation to yell at the checkout clerk because we've been waiting in line too long. These are small acts of justice, but not too many people may notice them at first, but their impact cannot be denied. Now let's talk about the big ones. We become living shoots of Emmanuel when we grab a protest sign and fight for equality and justice, when we try to reconcile a relationship that we believed was beyond repair, when we refuse to give up hope even though everyone around us believes we should. We become living shoots of Emmanuel when we overcome a great loss, when we act to protect the vulnerable and the abused, when we see everyone as a beloved child of God that is worthy of love and a chance for redemption. These are some of the ways that it looks like to become living shoots of Emmanuel. And the good news is that sometimes it really does make a difference. And we get the privilege of seeing a tiny shoot of justice growing into a magnificent tree. The bad news is that sometimes our efforts go unappreciated at best or a complete and total disaster at worst. But this doesn't mean we should give up and become despondent and defeated. Instead, with the spirit of Advent in our hearts, we continue to look at those stumps of Jesse which are all around us and trust that Emmanuel will help us to grow justice in the places where it is needed the most. So have hope this Advent season, my friends, and look for new life to appear. Amen.